A couple of years ago, I was looking around for some volunteer opportunities that I could do over the summer. I've been thinking about doing something that revolved around lacrosse, like helping run a clinic or coaching a team for some of the younger players. However, while I was searching, I managed to come across something uniquely different, but still lacrosse. I discovered this awesome organization called Sportable. It's now been 3 years that I have been volunteering for a wheelchair lacrosse program. This opportunity has allowed me to meet some of the most amazing people I know, change my perspective on hard work and perseverance, and I even made some friends along the way. For reference, Sportable is a nonprofit organization that provides adaptive sports and recreation opportunities for people with physical and visual disabilities through sports such as basketball and lacrosse. There, I've been able to meet some of the most incredible and inspiring people I know. Seeing the difference in our ways of life and the struggles they face has been a very eye-opening experience and has broadened my perspectives. My first day volunteering with Sportable, I was pretty nervous. It's not every day that you're around that many people who are disabled. So it's crazy to think that one of the first things I had to do as a volunteer was having to knock someone over in a wheelchair. Yes, I said knock them over. Trust me, it's not as bad as it sounds. This was all part of a drill to help the players practice recovering from falling over. It may not sound it, but wheelchair lacrosse is a heavy contact sport that almost resembles bumper carts a little more than lacrosse, and often can result in some chairs flying. After a while, I was feeling a lot more comfortable as we played lacrosse, something I know well. But it took some time to adjust to lacrosse on wheels. It was the people there that made me feel comfortable and welcome. They were super nice and made an effort to break the ice with me, to help me feel as part of their family. After all, we're just playing lacrosse. This past summer, I got the amazing opportunity to travel up to Colorado to coach and even play with my Sportables team. It was an awesome experience to be a part of and helped me to get to know my teammates even better. In our downtime in between games, I even got to hear some of my teammates' powerful stories about how they ended up in a wheelchair. One of my teammates in particular that I wanted to know more about was my friend Jamal. We were pretty close on the team as we were both goalies, and it has been my goal to do everything I can for him to help him get better. I had known for a while that he was a patient of multiple sclerosis, or MS for short, but I didn't know much about what it was or how it had impacted Jamal's life. To put it in short, MS is an incurable disease that causes the immune system to eat away at the protective covering of nerves. This has caused him to lose most of his motor functions in his body, and sadly, his condition will only continue to worsen. Now, I want you to imagine being told by a doctor that you've been diagnosed with this disease. He tells you there is no cure, no hope for getting better, only to hope that it won't get much worse. Jamal had been told this at the age of 17, same age I am. There are really only two paths these words can take you. You can either listen to them, let them control your life, and shrivel up in sadness. Or, you can refute them, and you can make the most of what you have. Today, Jamal is 32 years old. His condition has been pretty tough on him, and is only getting tougher. At this point, there isn't a lot left he can do by himself, and he has to ask for help doing most things. I thought it was tough when I had to put on his sweaty headband, his hearing aids, his helmet, his glasses, and even his mouthpiece for him. But I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like for him to have to ask me to do all that. Tasks that most people take for granted to be able to do. But that is what makes me look up to Jamal. He doesn't let that define him. He's still living his life, doing what he can, even playing one of the craziest positions the sport has to offer. Playing goalie is all about your mindset, one of total confidence and trust in your teammates. He is willingly putting himself in front of lacrosse shots of people who want to throw it so hard it catches on fire. A goalie's goal is to deny yours. What I've learned over my years in sports is that teams work on trust. We must allow everyone to help, with no ego, for the sake of the common good of the group. Our goal is to build each other's confidence, to show respect, and support each other. That's why I hate when people call them disabled. If I learned anything from my sportable teammates through practice and hard work with these athletes, it is all about ability. And anything is possible. They are fully able to compete, fully able to take charge of their lives no matter what. These 13 team members assembled their lacrosse equipment of pads, helmets, sticks, and chairs. They flew from Richmond, Virginia to Denver, Colorado to play in a national championship tournament against teams from all around the country. It takes passion, courage, and strength to do what they do, and their drive and determination is unrivaled. So no, there is nothing about my wheelchair lacrosse team that is disabled. The only disability I've witnessed wasn't bound by chairs or physical limitation, but by those who fear failure, those who didn't risk it, those who didn't challenge themselves. A person is free to see beyond their disabilities. I'll never think of sports the same way, and I'll never think of a disability the same way either. Thank you for listening.